Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Tuesday, March 18th, 2025 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I value my time in the daydream. We're winding up Sun in Pisces. We have today and we have Wednesday, and then Thursday we move Sun into Aries. And today is kind of the interim between these God, universe, wink days. We still have the sun in very close orb to the North Node. In fact, the sun is kind of a bridge between the North Node and Neptune, which is where the sun will, or what the sun will connect to tomorrow. And all of these energies are reminding us, like, this is it's a check-in. It's kind of a crossroads, but it can also be kind of a catalyzing time for your soul / dream path unfolding. And so anything that happens right now is really potent. Now, at the same time, anything is very potent right now and has like an essence of destiny, but also with these layers of the retrogrades and the eclipse, there can also be a lot of shenanigans, I guess is the best word. Like starting a relationship right now may not necessarily be the best thing. However, it may also be the best thing. It may not be the best thing for the longevity of a relationship, but if a relationship or something happens to show up at this time, it can be very karmic. This can also be a very karmic time for ending of relationships and release. But this time is very roller coastery and not necessarily permanent with these retrogrades. So just keep that in mind with anything unfolding. The best thing you can do is hold your vision, be grateful for all the layers, including the shenanigans, and keep bringing the lessons back to you. The more you do that, the better you will get along with all of the Aries energy that is coming in soon. Coming in hot, coming in soon. Now, that being said, we have a bit of a grand trine in water today. This means all the water signs are activated and they're in close enough connection today between Mars and Cancer, Saturn, North Node, Sun, Neptune, and Pisces, and then the moon moving through Scorpio. And so what we may find in this is that we are processing on an emotional level. In fact, one of the cards that we have today is Cleanse. And I feel like Cleanse could be multiple layers. It could be really connecting into your energetic field and cleansing those energies, but it could also be the cleansing power of the waters, whether it's taking a bath or a shower and releasing energy, crying and releasing energy, sitting at a waterway and letting those negative ions help you cleanse. Multiple layers for this. But even just seeing and noticing this color blue could be cleansing and supportive for you in this energy. The day is overall pretty quiet until the moon reaches a connection with Mars, a trine with Mars, and that's right around 5 p.m. Pacific time. So again, kind of like a quiet, mellow, watery day, but you may feel feels popping up through the day. Now that Mars energy, especially if you've kind of just been like waiting in the water, chilling, floating, surrendering. That's the word there, surrender. Hard to see with that color, I think. But you may have found that, but that Mars energy, if there is something that needs to be instigated or worked through, Mars can definitely bring that. We also have the moon connecting to Saturn in the evening. And so Saturn can bring on some of the layers of responsibility where you feel like you need to show up. Let's look at the cards because I think the cards are really helpful for this. So first card out is Clinging to the Past. And this is a 5 card, and 5 has a mental energy, but it's a Cups card. So it's emotional and mental. And that's kind of the picture that I'm getting today with this card as well, that we're telling some stories. We're having some stories swirl around in our emotional tides, emotional waters, and we may be processing this, and that might be where some of these energies come from. Know when to let the story go. Know when you've processed the story. But again, this might be important in allowing these energies to move through. We got another 5 card, the 5 of Swords. So there's definitely a mental component, which again makes sense with this Mercury retrograde energy in Aries, just bringing up all of these layers to look through for you. But I love these last 2 cards together, Beyond Illusion and Be Here Now, which is funny because I think sometimes when I'm in the daydream, it's not necessarily feeling here. But like, this is to me asking us to bring the daydream, bring that beyond illusion energy to the day, to spend some time envisioning, to spend some time connecting to other layers, and not just like what we see in reality and what we see happening unfold in our life, and not even just these stories, to take these stories and be like, well, what would it be like to be in a reality where I want to be here now, where I want to be present and engaged, and bringing my highest and best self. And that might open some doors of exploration, but take a little time, even though it's going to be Sun Neptune tomorrow, which is going to be beautiful for that. Like I said, we're in the bridge between the North Node and this Neptune energy. And so it's just such a potent time. And at the very least, spend time in gratitude and spend time blessing your life and blessing the life of anybody else that you can possibly think of. That's how I was trying to put myself to bed desperately last night. It wasn't working, but I blessed everybody. I was like, anybody who's ever watched my scope, ever, bless them. So there you go. Let's look at the rest of these cards. So I mentioned cleanse. So cleansing process might be through the feels, through tears, healing waters, surrendering to your process, surrendering to the moment. This is also like actually, these cards kind of have like a little thing, right? So we have the blue. This is like kind of like a blue-gray. And then we have this tan gray card. So peace, surrender, and cleanse. So surrendering to the story, surrendering to the energy, surrendering to it being part of the unfolding of you, and allowing it, and then finding where you can make peace with it, and ultimately moving through and allowing your waters, the waters of you, to help cleanse you of this process, of this energy. I do want to mention, please stay grounded as we have the Sun-Neptune conjunction coming up on Wednesday. We can find ourselves like in the clouds and in the daydream and in the la-la with this energy. And sometimes when we're not being here now, let's bring that card back, we can trip or find ourselves in a hole or, you know, that kind of thing. So do take time to get grounded, to be present. And if you are going to be in the daydream, make sure you are rooted and grounded for that as well, because that support is very helpful in the process. So I'm going to leave that there for today. You can book a reading. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. And the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and may your guiding light be strong, and know that you can trust the process. Namaste.